Should you buy Horizon Zero Dawn in 2022? Horizon Zero Dawn released over 5 years ago now, and the game during its lifetime has sold over 20 million copies across both its original platform on the PS4 and on the PC where it was also ported to. Fair to say the game is easily one of the best-selling PlayStation 4 exclusives of all time, among the greats of Spiderman PS4 and God of War 2018, which are also both incredible games in their own right. But how did this game, created by veteran FPS developers, create an enticing and beautiful open world with an incredible story and engaging gameplay? And more importantly, is this game still worth picking up over 5 years after its original release? Let's get right into the review. Of course, there will be no spoilers in this section of the video. Horizon's story is one that has an extremely promising premise to start off with. The notion of a fallen civilization, which the game focuses upon and how the old ones came to their downfall, is in a way reminiscent of the rapid advancement of technology and how one day that may lead to the very fall of humanity. Being set in the 31st century, in a post-apocalyptic world, you are set on lands that have tribal connotations where they live and work like tribes across all the land. However, in this reality, machines that survived from the age of the old ones roam the world in place of many of the living creatures of our earth. You, the player, control our protagonist Aloy, who is a huntress who uses her profound talent in hunting and survival to stay alive and fight back ferociously against the power of the colossal machines. That's pretty much the premise. It's extremely intriguing. The concept of a highly advanced civilization falling to rubble due to their ambitions and then seeing the world slowly recover from that but regress in technological advances, being tribal societies. The world has a unique atmosphere of balance between the ruins of the old ones and the so-called savage people of the tribal societies that the game takes place in. Along the way, there's a bunch of interesting characters who all add tremendously to the narrative and help unravel the mystery of the old ones in their own way. The villains are also intriguing and mysterious as well. The various side quests aren't offered in absolute abundance like other open worlds, but instead a select amount spread over the gargantuan terrain of Horizon Zero Dawn's world, and they all have interesting characters within them who all do so well to add to the world building of the game, which I have to say is done stupendously well in all regards. I think if you're looking for an enticing story with amazing world building and character development, Horizon is a game that is definitely for you. The gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn is easily one of the best gameplay systems in an open world game. The combat, open world and side quests all do so well to make this the stellar and complete package that it is. Firstly, let's talk about the combat. Oh boy, is the combat in this game utterly fantastic. The combat can be broken down into using your bow among various other equipment that you can choose to purchase, such as traps, rattling guns and different types of bows that really do well to mix up the combat in its entirety. There's two types of enemies that you'll be using your bow and other equipment as well as your spear against. Firstly, we've of course got the machines, who are some of the most uniquely designed enemies that I've ever seen in a game, as they can be scanned to reveal weak points which you can slowly pick off in order to eventually defeat them. As well as having their own unique design, each machine also has elemental weaknesses that can be exploited, such as shock and fire arrows, in order to make your enemies become stagnant for a short period of time, which you can utilize in order to lay a big hit. This variety in different arrows and bows is so complex that you can create different loadouts when tackling different machines, and doing so is incredibly rewarding and fun as well. One other awesome thing about this game is with the spear. When fighting machines and downing them or sneaking behind them, Aloy can override the machine, basically making it on your side. This can either be used to make the machines as your mounts to get to various objectives across the map, or utilizing this ability while in the battlefield can give you an advantage against the other machines. The override feature isn't one I utilize too much within battle, but this is mainly due to me not unlocking many of the overrides available, and I mainly just use the ability to mount various machines to get to objectives a lot faster. The spear can also be used to attack enemies head on, but this is usually a dangerous approach. But in the latter half of the game, with the right equipment and armor loadout, as well as upgrading some skills that will boost your performance within combat, the spear can be used to chip away some of the key weak points of the machines and use to your advantage. Secondly, you can also fight against human enemies. The best approach to tackle a bunch of these enemies enemies was usually to utilize stealth, which while not anything innovative was still pretty fun. The enemies have spears and bows of their own, so you'll be dodging, strafing, and jumping while trying to take them out, which can make it really chaotic where in some scenarios in the game you're against both machines and humans at the same time, which makes for an incredibly unique combat dynamic. Now let's talk about the game's open world component. The world is simply incredible. The vistas, the environmental design, the art and beauty of it all is mesmerizing. The way this game was developed on its open world aspect is truly like no other. Many times when I play an open world today, I see myself comparing it to what was considered the greatest of the genre, Breath of the Wild and Red Dead Redemption 2, which took many strides to innovate the formula and make it their own. Luckily, Horizon also does the exact same thing and used its tremendous open world in order to build upon its characters, stories, and the world building of the fallen civilization that is so prevalent within the game. The side quests and various activities that this gigantic open world offers is also rich with value and a lot more quality over quantity, which is how it should be. Overall, if you enjoy some really innovative combat with an incredibly well-made open world with robust side quests and activities, Horizon Zero Dawn has got you covered. So of course, you should absolutely buy Horizon Zero Dawn even in 2022. This is due to the facts that I mentioned throughout the video, and also the fact that you can pick up the game for relatively cheap, being as low as $10 for a physical and digital copy across most regions. I'd also like to give the game a score in the vein of my previous reviews, being a great 9 out of 10. I'd recommend this game to pretty much anyone, but especially those who enjoy some engaging and really innovative gameplay, paired with an ever-changing and intriguing open world with various side quests and activities to do, with an enticing and awesome story to cap it all off. Anyway everyone, that's all from me for today's video. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.